The chief of staff to the Okuokpellagbe of Okpella, Abdulganiyu, said Lukman Akemokwe is trying to drag the palace of the Okuokpellagbe of Okpella into unnecessary conflict with the royal palace of the Oba of Benin, which the palace distanced itself from. He said after the coronation ceremony of His Royal Majesty Mike Sado, the first place he visited was the palace of the Oba of Benin to inform him of his emergence as the new Okuokpellagbe of Okpella, and wondered why Lukman Akemokwe is making inciting statements when he could not visit the palace within the 7 months he was on the same throne.
One of the first palace he visited was the palace of the Omonoba Okuokpellagbe, the Oba of Benin. He visited the Oba to inform him that a new king has emerged in Okpella, whereas Lukman was there as a usurper for 7 months. He had no access to the Oba palace. He did not visit the Oba palace, but today he claims so much love for the Oba palace because he is trying to drag Okpella into unnecessary confrontation with the Oba palace.
He said Lukman Akemokwe was making derogatory statements about the throne of the Okuokpellagbe of Okpella by equating Enigis in Benin to that of the Okuokpellagbe of Okpella throne.
The use of His Royal Majesty by the Okuokpellagbe of Okpella dates back to late Chief A.Y. Dirisu, the late Okuokpellagbe of Okpella. He used HRM. But in an attempt to pitch Okpella against the Benin people, Lukman organized a protest of disabled led by Curtis Ugboisno from Okpella. Now I'm going to tell you something. The Enigis, which is the singular pronunciation, and the Enigi plural, they are dukes. They are regarded as representatives of the Oba of Benin in their respective communities. Just like you have in Okpella, Okpella comprised of Oteku and Ogute, and in Ogute you have Ogutoke, you have Imegile.
Abdulganiyu said the palace of the Okuokpellagbe of Okpella was not responsible for the arrest of Lukman Akemokwe, adding that he was arrested based on security tips and his suspicious movement in Okpella and its environs.
Lukman is from Okpella. His father is in Okpella, and the vigilantes got wind that there were some very, very suspicious movement within the Imekuri Okuazis. And then, especially when they were informed that they saw soldiers going to Imekuri, going to Okuazis, they were like, what are soldiers doing in Okpella? There is no situation in Imekuri that warrants the presence of soldiers. If there will be soldiers, the DPO should know, the commanding officer of the army stationed in Okpella should know.
He, however, said His Royal Majesty Mike Sado performed the full traditional coronation rites before the final coronation ceremony, and that he never called Oku people in Okpella slaves, as alleged by Lukman Akemokwe, noting that the Oku people are the aboriginal indigenes of Okpella. Victor Odion Acha, NTA News.